All right, this is Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law of the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments,
right,
and shall teach men so, Nate, and the rest of you dumbass pastors, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. And if we're going to be called great in the kingdom of heaven, why wouldn't they call me a devil now? They call me Most High a devil.
Wouldn't you consider great his word, right? His word is great, right?
His word is
so
great.
I got something coming off of that. This is 2 Corinthians 7:4. Great is my boldness of speech toward you. Great is my glorifying of you. I am filled with the comfort. I am exceeding joyful in all our tribulations.
Right. That's why we're not afraid to say, fuck you white people.
Exactly.
Because we bold as hell.
That's
exactly.
Our father, ain't he a man of war? So
exactly.
That make us men of war.
Khan. Alright? We are men of war, which means, but we're not war of carnal. We're war spiritual.
So his word is very bold. That's why nobody don't want it.
Exactly.
It's too bold.
It's too bold. It's too strong.
I hear that, you're like, man, he ain't that bold. I mean, he ain't that mean. He can't be that mean because he's a loving. He loves everyone. And he's coming to save the whole nation. And he's many colors. You kidding me? 700 names. Yeah, right. You show me where that's at.
That ain't, man. That's people when they're vain babbling. Alright? They're going to keep saying shit. Why? Because they didn't read it themselves, so they're going to keep saying bullshit. And they know it's not in there because they never read it. So that's how they know it's not in there.
They just made the shit up.
They just made it up as they went. That's vain babbling, man. We don't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to argue like that, then you can go ahead and get your own little corner or have your own little YouTube and talk about us like that then, man. Like Upstate Israelite. And the only reason why I keep saying that name is because I know that you're listening and I know that you're watching still. And I don't really give a shit because you couldn't do shit then and you can't do shit now. Alright? I'm sealed unto redemption unlike you, Esau. This is Matthew 10:28. This is Yahushua speaking. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him, not love him, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. The hell is what? Your grave. That means he can make your hell an eternal life. That means he can bring you back into something that's going to die off quickly again and keep doing it. That's hell. Because he gave the Israelites everlasting life and didn't give it to you. That's hell.
What's the name of this book called?
Galatians.
Alright, I got one in Galatians.
Galatians what?
The first chapter. Galatians 1st chapter and 8.
Alright, go ahead.
But though we are an angel from heaven, preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you. Let him be accursed, as we said before. So say I now again. If any man preach any other gospel unto you than that ye have received, let him be accursed.
Let him be accursed. Let him be accursed. Which means what? Which curse you want? You can get a couple of curses. You could get me just speaking it and calling you a fucking idiot. That's one curse. Or I could go to the Father and put a curse upon you. That's a different kind of curse. So which curse you want? But he said, let them be accursed. So you're going to get cursed.
Let me read some of this.
All right? You're going to get cursed.
Right. All you fake-ass pastors, man. This is Matthew 23. Then spake Yahushua to the multitude of his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do. Do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. So you basically do what I say, not as I do.
Like your mama used to say.
Right.
Like your mama used to say.
They tell you about the Lord, but they ain't doing half of the shit in the Bible themselves.
Hell no.
Exactly.
But they're quick to condemn you and say that you're going to go to hell if you don't do it.
Right.
But they're not doing it.
For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers.
Won't even lift up a finger. Not one. But, that's your pastor. But your pastor in a time of need, he ain't going to even lift up a finger to help you. To help you, he won't lift up a finger. To guide you, he won't lift up the finger. But to misuse you and to abuse you, he'll lift up all fingers.
But all their works they do to be seen of men. They make board their... What's that word?
Phylacteries.
Phylacteries, and enlarge the borders of their garment. Right, had a long room. And love the utmost room at feast, right? Gotta be at this head table.
Yep.
Gotta be with all your people, everybody else.
Yep.
Nobody can sit with you. You can't sit amongst the regular people. You gotta have all your deacons and deaconesses and whatever the fuck they call all the. Yeah, fuck y'all. And it says they love the utmost room at feast and the chief seat in the synagogue, and greeting in the market to be called of men, rabbi, pastor, pastor. You know what I'm saying? Pope.
Yep.
All those names.
Because all those reverse back to Father, Master, Lord. And there's only one Master, one Lord, and that is Yahweh in the name Yahushua. All right? Yahweh is the power and is our master over all. But we have to have in the name Yahushua because Yahushua paid that price. Right?
But be not ye called rabbi, for one is your master, even Masayat, and all ye are brethren. So, the Masayat, Yahushua, is our brother.
Yep. And our master.
Right, and our master. But we have one Father.
Exactly, and he's the master over everybody.
So you're not supposed to call your pastor, pastor.
Nope.
You call him by his name. Or
But you could call him elder.
Elder.
Because elder just really means ancient and old. So there's nothing wrong with that. He is old and he's ancient if he's in the scriptures right. All right, so there's nothing wrong with calling him Zakwan or elder. But there's something wrong when you start putting titles upon them. Call him the high priest and things of that. Now you're putting titles on him. Even though it's earned rightfully, it's still a title. All right, but calling somebody an elder in the scriptures, that just means that he's old in the scriptures. He's been doing it for a long time. All right.
I got one, brother.
What?
What's this?
Galatians still?
Galatians 5:25. If we live in spirit, let us walk in spirit. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such and one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. Bear ye one another burden, and so fulfill the law of Yahushua. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
Mm-hmm.
But let every man prove his own works, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone, and not in another.
That
Like
every
these
man
pastors,
proving his own words.
when they be up there preaching, they all that clapping and everything. They be getting all. They feel like all of that is to them. They forget all about who they preaching or who they supposed to be preaching to. When everybody preaching,
They get their glory.
Right.
They get their glory. And they getting their praise.
That's me. I'm doing that. I'm bringing these people in. No, you ain't doing shit.
But every man shall bear his own burden. Let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teacheth in all good things.
Yep. All good things.
So what it says here, we're gonna go down. Be not deceived. Be not deceived. Yahweh is not mocked. For whatso, what is it? Whatso, this one then.
Whatsoever.
Oh, okay. Whatsoever a man showeth, that shall he also reap.
Yep. So whatsoever you do, that's what's gonna happen to you. So you sow in evilness, and you think that you got scot-free. Oh, you got scot-free with him, but then somebody's gonna fuck you up and get scot-free and clean you out. Why? Because you did it to somebody else, and that's a recompense upon your head. So it's justified. So you can't say I was fucked up. No, it wasn't, because you did it to somebody else. All right. That's how the Most High works. You want to do good things and get good things? Start doing more good things in spirit and truth.
And that's what he's gonna do to you.
Yeah, and stop thinking that, oh, because I gave up 5.2 million, then I'm gonna get a whole lot more million back. If you think that way, the Most High is not gonna deal with you. But if you think like, you know what, I need to give this to these people because they need it, and not worry about what's gonna come back, then you're in the right mind.
Right. Even sinners give to their loved ones.
Exactly.
But if you give
Right.
without receiving back, that's when you know it's kind.
Yep.
He know your heart. When people say, "Oh, he know my heart," you're right. You put your foot in your own mouth when you say that, because he knows your heart. So regardless of what you say, he knows you.
Yep. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, not unto man, upstate Israelite. So we study to show ourselves approved unto the Most High, as we stated. All right? Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. But shun profane and vain babbling, for they will increase unto more ungodliness, and their word will eat as doth a cranker, of whom is Hymenaeus and Philetus, whose concerning the truth have erred, saying that the resurrection is past already, and overthrow the faith of some. All right? Because certain people say, oh, the resurrection has already happened. And that's what that scripture is for. All those that say that the resurrection has already happened, because when Yahweh Shai went up, people were resurrected. Yes, but that's not what he was talking about. All right? That was the first resurrection, yes. And we took partakers of the first resurrection. That's why the second death has no effect on us, you fucking idiots.
That's right.
But you guys are too stupid to know that, because the Most High did this to your eyes and this to your ears, so y'all see this. But the only thing that you're going to hear from me is, he said curse word right here, and he cursed right here, and he cursed right here. All he says is curses. That's all they remember, because the Most High put a plague onto his own words that they should not hear it, because he don't want them, because he don't love you. Because if he loved you, he will give you fair warning with an open heart, open eyes, and open ears. But because he shut your eyes and your heart and your ears, that means and proves that he don't love everybody. He only loves Israel. And those that love Israel, he will love. But if you can't love Israel, he ain't going to love you. It's simple.
Wait, I got something.
Go ahead.
Ooh, that's how you know. This is 1 Peter 2:2. A newborn babe desire the century milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. If so, be ye have tasted that the Lord is gracious, to whom coming as unto a living stone, disloweth indeed of men, but choose of Yahweh and precious.
But chosen of Yahweh
but chosen.
and precious.
Right.
Which means what? We've been chosen from the womb, man. From the womb. Which means it had nothing to do with my mother. It didn't really have anything to do with my earthly father. It had everything to do with Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai.
Because we seek the truth for ourselves.
Exactly. In spirit and in truth.
Right. We knew something wasn't right. You just know something ain't right. You're like, okay, I tried this, that didn't work. I heard that don't sound right.
Yep.
Then you go into your own. Like, well, let me look this up.
Yep. And that's why he says to study to show yourself approved. Be convinced within your own mind. All right. So you could be a workman that don't need there's a right word for it. It's not coming to mind. I'll bring up the scripture on it.
This one right here talking about.
I'll bring up the scripture on it when it comes up again. No, not that one. This is 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 18. This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare. A good warfare. What type of a warfare is good? Spiritual warfare is good. Carnal warfare, the Most High don't like. But spiritual warfare, that's His delight. Why? Because the only way to have righteous spiritual warfare is to do His word. See, when we were doing carnal warfare with David and the kings before us, we still wasn't right. But once Yahweh Shai defeated within the spirit, it became a better thing for us to train within the spirit to defeat them in the spiritual warfare, which trumps over the carnal. That's why the spiritual warfare is good. All right? That thou by them mightest war a good warfare, which is the spiritual warfare. And the only way to get that spiritual warfare in the spirit is to come into the knowledge and the truth of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai.
Let me get this is 1 Peter 21. For even hereunto were ye called, because Messiah also suffered for us, leaving us in example that ye should follow his steps. Who did not sin, neither was glue found in his mouth. Right. Who then he was revealed not again. When he suffered, he threatened not.
Abomination.
Oh, it's about. Oh, shoot. Okay.
Go ahead.
Let me start over. I'm going to edit all that.